Hey everyone, it's Sylvanicus, and I've got something a little out of the ordinary, a little off the wall today for y'all. This is kind of the official launch slash start of a relatively large and hopefully long-term project I've been planning, which is called the Tamriel Trials, or T3. The Tamriel Trials, you know, 3 Ts. Basically what it is it's a way to encourage people to experience various Elder Scrolls games in a way that most people normally wouldn't by choice exactly. Most people tend to kind of skip by things, and I mean, that's perfectly understandable. I do the same. But this is a different approach to playing these games, which I've certainly enjoyed so far as I've done it. The friends I know who have gotten to do it have enjoyed it, and I thought I'd kind of share it with everyone and encourage people to try it out. It doesn't have to be your main thing. It doesn't have to be, you know, what you do all the time when you're playing. But, you know, just kind of a little side thing you can do when you feel like it. Basically, the Tamriel Trials, this works with any Elder Scrolls game, but it's mostly custom tailored to the last 3 that came out, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind. It's all about adding challenge and depth and immersion and consequences to everything you do in the game. So, for instance, a big part of it is permadeath. Basically, if your character dies, no reloading, that's it, game over. Start a new one, basically. So, you actually have to, you invest, and you come to notice small things about the world. It's all about smelling the flowers. It's all about, you know, taking the time to stop and look at the world and really enjoy the depth and the detail and the love that was put into it, which I think a lot of people miss out on. So what I'm doing here on YouTube is basically I'm going to be doing a let's play of kind of my adventures doing the Tamriel Trials, and I'm going to be using it as kind of a tutorial slash advertisement slash whatever, so I can get people into it and they can see what it's all about. Now, if you're new to the Tamriel Trials and you want to get into it, obviously I'd say check out the website. There's a link in the description. But the main 5 core tenets are, as I said, permadeath. When your character dies, no reloading. I mean, obviously if your character dies due to like a bug, you know, you spawn into a room and fall through the floor, whatever, that doesn't count. But if your character dies in combat, you fall off something, whatever, that's done. Character's dead. Bye-bye. And there's a graveyard on the site where you can, you know, submit a picture of your character, their life story, blah, 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 and I'll put up basically a virtual gravestone. So if your character dies, they will be forever immortal on the internet. Now, rule 2 is to eat, sleep, and drink at least once a day. You know, keep it realistic. Basically, do it as much as you think your character would need to. There are mods out there for, well, all 3 of the games I mentioned that encourage it or require it, and those mods are great. I'd highly recommend them, but if you're playing on a console or you just don't like them, no worries. You don't need the mods. Just do it anyways. Rule number 3 is you turn the difficulty slider up to max difficulty. In Morrowind and Oblivion, it was an actual slider. In Skyrim, you have, you know, novice through master. Basically, turn up the difficulty to maximum, oh god, I'm going to die mode. What this does is it just adds more challenge and, once again, more consequences. And you actually really have to think about what you're doing. At level 1, you're going to be looking at a cave that any other time you just storm into and, you know, spray paint the walls with blood. And you're going to be looking at it and go, maybe not right now. Rule number 4 is no fast travel. This rule doesn't kind of apply to Morrowind, but in Oblivion and Skyrim, no fast travel allowed, except for things you pay for, like carriages, boats, in Morrowind, silt striders, things like that. But no using the actual map to fast travel. Once again, there are mods that just disable that functionality. Personally, I wouldn't use them because oftentimes you need to fast travel to fix bugs. That's a very quick way of doing it. And so I leave it there in case I need to fix a bug like that, but if you lack willpower, then go for it. What this does is you see more of the world. You end up seeing things you never noticed before. You end up getting caught up in things, just going from point A to point B, and you really invest more time because, you actually have to walk halfway across the world. Now, the final rule is turn off the crosshairs. So when you're aiming with a bow or something, you have to eyeball it. It just adds a tiny bit more difficulty and immersion, and it's a lot of fun, I must say, to get the hang of using a bow or a crossbow or what have you without the crosshairs. Now, those are the 5 official rules. I will say this, there are a lot of mods out there. I love the mods. I have a ton installed. I've made a ton. Mods, I mean, that's really up to the player. That's up to you. That's an individual decision. Basically, use your best judgment. I mean, I'm not going to outlaw mods. I'm not going to outlaw anything. I can't force you to do this. This is all about what you enjoy. But I am going to say, if you have a mod that lets you fly and shoot lasers out of your ass, not exactly fitting with the idea of this project. Disable it while you're playing this character. There are a lot of great mods for immersion, for roleplay, for exactly what this project is about. So I'd highly recommend those. There are a lot. I may at some point compile a list of the ones I like, but basically use whatever you want. Just try to keep it fitting with the project, or not. I mean, this is all about your personal experience, so do whatever. So this is kind of the introduction to the project. The actual Let's Play that I'll be doing, I will post shortly, and I'll get more into kind of the nitty-gritty, the details, really how it goes down. And you can use that as an example. If you have any questions about this, want to get involved in any way, either comment here, send me a message on the website, contact me. However, there's a multitude of ways. I'd love to see video responses, replies, tell me about your stories. That's what the site's for. If you want to see more of this and you want to see how the Let's Play goes, subscribe to my channel. Sorry this went on so long. I didn't mean for this to be so time-consuming, for me to get so long-winded, but it's kind of the way it went. So I'll see you guys later, hopefully with my Let's Play of the Tamriel Trials. Enjoy.